Hi everyone. Today I want to talk to you about worry and share a few strategies which I hope will help you to break the worry cycle. We all worry from time to time. We're actually hardwired to worry about things. Scanning for threats around us has played a vital role in our survival as a species. But worrying can often be focused on events that are unlikely or over which we have no control. It can become obsessive, intense and frequent, and can have a significant negative impact on our happiness and daily functioning, and prevent us from living and enjoying a full life. Worries can be a rumination about things that have already happened, such as a conversation you've had, where you're worrying about how someone now views you, or catastrophizing about something that's on the horizon, such as an upcoming interview or a presentation, which you feel sure will expose your weaknesses. Just focusing our thoughts on something past or future can be enough to activate anxiety right here in the present. And as our anxiety increases, it can become difficult for us to think clearly about the steps we can take to address our concerns. We soon become overwhelmed by our feelings and then lack the clarity or motivation to look for solutions. We may also feel that if we stop worrying, then we're somehow taking our eye off the ball. We tell ourselves that if I suffer enough for my worries now, then I'm protecting myself from the thing I fear most in the future. Of course, some worry may motivate us to do things that need to get done, like we might worry that we'll not be able to answer a question, so we prepare well for the presentation. But excessive worry tends to keep us indecisive and inactive. Let's face it, we can all get sucked into a cycle of worry. We instinctively know that it's not good for us, but we do it anyway, and it soon becomes a mental habit. The good news is that, like any habit, we can overcome it and replace it with new, better habits which increase our positivity and mental and physical well-being. So I want to share with you some suggestions that I hope might help you when you find yourself in your own debilitating worry cycle. Firstly, to change any habit, we need to become aware of when it's happening. Simply notice and catch yourself as you hook onto a worry before it drags you off into a spiral of doom and gloom. Physically say stop. Don't try and struggle in a tug of war with the worry and overanalyze it or berate yourself for having the worry in the first place. Just drop the worry rope. Become curious that this worry has entered your head. Recognize that it's simply a train of thought. You don't have to board the train, simply observe it going by. Having this level of awareness then can prevent you from becoming absorbed by the worry, and you can make a conscious decision to bring yourself back to the present moment, rather than dwell on the past or catastrophize the future. Secondly, with this new awareness, gently question what you're worried about. Ask yourself, what's the probability that what I'm worried about will actually happen? Is this thought helpful? How will worrying about it help me? How much control do I have over this? What would I say to a friend who had this worry? And what do I notice about what I've worried about in the past? How much actually happened in the way that I'd imagined? And take some time to remind yourself how much you've overcome and how you've been resourceful in surviving all that life has thrown at you. Thirdly, turn your jumble of worries into a list. Picture the problem in specific, detailed terms and write it down. Address one specific worry at a time. This will help give you even more clarity of the probability of something happening, how much is in your control, and what action you can take. The physical act of writing things down switches our thinking from being fearful and overwhelming to a clearer, more pragmatic, action-orientated approach. And talking of action, my fourth suggestion is just that. Take action on the things you have control over. Start by asking yourself, what small step can I take today that would make me feel better? That may be talking to someone, doing some research, writing out a plan, brainstorming solutions. Make a list of all the possible options you can think of and try not to get too hung up on finding the perfect solution. Don't let a perfect solution be the enemy of a good one. After you've evaluated your options, consider what might be a good first step and take it today. Once you start doing something about the problem and getting some element of control over it, you'll start to feel a lot better. And if it's something over which you have no control, then go and do something else. Even simply going for a walk and getting some fresh air can really start to help you feel better. And my fifth and final suggestion, and a very important one, is to talk to someone. A problem shared really is a problem halved. Keeping worries to yourself only causes them to build up until they seem overwhelming. Saying them out loud can often help you to make sense of what you're feeling and put things in perspective. Verbalising your worry may expose it as something you have no control over and that it's therefore not helpful to dwell on it. Or, if it's something you can control to some degree, then talking about it with someone else can help produce solutions that you may not have thought of on your own. Reach out to someone today and talk it through. So I hope you found these suggestions useful and that they may be of some help to you. Remember, you don't have to be a slave to your worry. Begin by trying these strategies, or indeed any others that you've used in the past which have been helpful. Reflect on how they work for you. And don't give up if you stumble and slip back into the worry cycle. Learning to recognise our worries and thoughts takes practice. Change probably won't happen overnight, but with practice and by taking small, consistent, positive daily steps, you will soon see the transformative effect of breaking the worry cycle. Until next time, take care and see you again soon.